There is a quiet signal she gives, a subtle shift in the way she moves, laughs, even breathes around you. Most men miss it completely. And when they do, they think she's just friendly or kind, never realizing that her subconscious is screaming attachment, desire, and trust, all at once. This isn't about words. It's about her body, her chemistry, and the invisible threads connecting her heart to yours. And if you can catch it, you'll see everything differently. I know how confusing this can feel. Society never taught you to read these signs. Nobody handed you the map for female psychology. You've been relying on guesswork, and it's not your fault. Most men are blind to what women show unconsciously, but once you start noticing, everything changes, and that's something I've witnessed again and again. My name is Luna John, and female psychology has been my world for over a decade. What I'm about to share isn't common knowledge. It's the kind of thing almost nobody talks about, and it will completely shift the way you understand her. There are 8 behaviors I want to reveal. 8 unmistakable things a woman does only when she's deeply attached. Each one uncovers her hidden feelings. And the last one, it's so powerful that almost no man ever catches it. It changes the entire dynamic of attraction. But we'll get there. The first sign, I call it the mirror effect. This is subtle, almost imperceptible at first. Her body begins to unconsciously mimic yours, your gestures, your tone, your rhythm. She reflects them without realizing it. It's rooted in the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of her brain that governs trust and calm. When she mirrors you, her body is signaling comfort and deep alignment. Oxytocin floods her system, creating a bond she can't fake, even if she wanted to. Here's what it looks like in real life. You shift in your chair, and she shifts the same way a beat later. You smile, and her lips curve in the same pattern, almost like she's sinking to your energy. Most men would think, she's just copying me. But what she feels is connection, subconscious validation, attachment without words. This is her brain saying, I feel safe here, I belong here, with him. It goes deeper than simple body language. It's about her emotional resonance with you. Women never admit this out loud. They don't say, I mirror you because I'm attached. But her limbic system is betraying her in the best way. She can't hide it. And the fascinating part? It intensifies when she's attracted, not just comfortable. The mirror effect becomes an invisible thread tying her attention, her thoughts, and even her dreams to you. And you'll notice it in moments that feel almost accidental. She laughs a little louder when you laugh, tilts her head in the same way, leans forward as you do. These small, mirrored movements are a psychological lock. She's imprinting her presence alongside yours, and almost nobody notices, but that's only the beginning, because point number 2, that's where most men lose her completely, and they never even know why. And here's where it gets tricky, because after the mirror effect, most men assume everything is fine. They see her mirroring, laughing, leaning in, and they relax. But point number 2, I call it the emotional anchoring, is where the real attachment shows. This is when she intentionally creates moments where she lets herself be vulnerable around you. Not tiny vulnerabilities, but the kind that make her pulse race and her chest tighten. It's subconscious, driven by her limbic system. Her brain is literally tagging you as someone safe, someone worth exposing herself to. Most men would panic at this stage. They see a woman confessing her fears, sharing something deeply personal, and they either brush it off or overreact. But here's the hidden truth. When she does this, it's a test and a gift rolled into one. She's giving you a window into her internal world, a space she doesn't offer to just anyone. Her oxytocin levels spike when she trusts you with this information. That's her body rewarding the connection. If you respond with calm, grounded attention, she locks onto you even deeper. If you falter, if you judge, that bond snaps like fragile glass. Picture this. She's texting you late at night, hesitating over each word because she's revealing something personal. Most men would either ignore it or respond superficially. But you read the tone, the hesitation, the way she's opening a door she almost never opens. You answer in a way that makes her feel understood, and suddenly her heart races. Her parasympathetic system relaxes. She feels attached, safe, and alive. And if this is hitting different, tap the like button. It helps this reach men who genuinely need it. Because what she's doing isn't about drama, it's evolutionary. Women are wired to subconsciously test the men they can rely on for security, care, and consistent attention. The ones who pass, she stays, she invests, she doesn't question it. Point number 3 is equally powerful, but it's quieter, harder to spot. I call it the persistent mental replay. This is when she can't stop thinking about you, not in a casual way, but in an unconscious loop. Research in evolutionary psychology shows that the female brain's dopamine response intensifies when she revisits emotionally significant interactions. Your words, your laughter, even tiny gestures, they play over and over in her mind, often when she's alone. She doesn't say this. She can't explain why she's smiling to herself at 3 a.m., but it's happening. Most men never realize this is a signal of deep attachment. They think she's busy, distracted, or indifferent. But you start to notice the patterns, the subtle references, the inside jokes she brings up later, the way she recalls moments that seemed trivial. That's her subconscious imprinting you as someone special. But this is nothing, absolutely nothing, compared to what comes next. Because point 4, that's when the attachment becomes undeniable. The kind of behavior that, if you miss it, you'll never truly understand what you had. And almost every man does. Point 4 is what I call the unconscious prioritization. This is where it becomes impossible to ignore. Her schedule subtly bends around you. She cancels plans she'd normally keep. She remembers tiny details you mentioned in passing, and she acts on them before you even ask. Her body language changes the moment she sees you. Her shoulders relax, her breathing slows, her pupils dilate. Every part of her physiology is signaling that you matter more than almost anyone else. Picture this. You're at a coffee shop casually scrolling. She's across the table talking about her day, but you notice her eyes keep flicking back to you, catching your movements like she's mapping them. Her laughter shifts in tone when you smile, almost melodic. She leans in closer, not consciously, just instinctively. At 3 a.m., she will replay this moment. She can't stop thinking about it, and she doesn't know why. It's attachment, it's trust, it's desire. Most men will miss every one of these signals their whole lives. But you're here, you're learning, you're already different. And this is exactly what I see in my work. In my years studying female psychology, I've watched men overlook these subtle threads again and again, while the women they're interested in quietly anchor themselves to someone else. Her mind, her body, her subconscious is all sending you messages. When you understand this, your presence changes everything. You become the kind of man who doesn't just capture attention, you capture her mind, her heart, and her loyalty. You start to see the difference between casual interest and deep attachment. You start to notice the signals other men never pick up on. But there is one final piece, and this one, I almost didn't include it, because once you know this, you cannot unknow it. It's hidden in plain sight. It's the behavior every woman exhibits only when she's irrevocably invested, and most men walk right past it. The final piece, I call it the silent integration. Almost no one talks about this. Women feel it, but they can rarely explain it. And men who notice it, who respond correctly, leave a permanent mark. This is when she starts embedding herself into your world in ways so subtle, it feels natural. She remembers your routines, anticipates your needs, even without being asked. Her brain is wiring you into her life. Oxytocin and dopamine reinforce every interaction. She doesn't just like you. She's attaching deeply, irreversibly. Here's how it shows. She texts you at the perfect moment, knowing exactly what you need: comfort, validation, or a laugh. She brings up plans you casually mentioned weeks ago, as if she's reading your mind. She moves in sync with your energy, almost imperceptibly. Most men shrug this off as coincidence, but her body and brain are telling a story you can feel if you're paying attention. She's making you part of her life at the deepest level. Let's walk through this one more time, step by step. Number one, the mirror effect. She mimics your energy, gestures, and tone, signaling trust and alignment. Number two, emotional anchoring. She shares vulnerabilities, letting her parasympathetic system relax with you. Number three, persistent mental replay. She thinks about you constantly, unconsciously reliving interactions. Number four, unconscious prioritization. Her schedule, attention, and physiology bend toward you. And number five, the silent integration. She embeds herself into your life almost without words. These are not tricks, they are human signals of attachment, and now you can recognize them. Most men go their entire lives never understanding any of this. They wonder why nothing clicks, why she seems distant, why the moment never arrives. But you came here, you stayed, you learned. That alone makes you different. That alone changes how women respond to you. If this opened something in you, subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, I'm revealing something women feel in the first 30 seconds of meeting a man. You do not want to miss that. Comment attachment below. I read every single one. Remember this. Women don't always say how they feel, but their body, brain, and subconscious tell the truth. When you see it, when you respond to it, you become unforgettable. You're not just a part of her story. You're the part she never forgets.